Hello people, welcome back to my channel and let's learn how to drop a database column in production. So if you're working in a company and one of your product is in production, which is basically serving the data from a database, then there may be a scenario like you are now not using one of the column of your database and there's a requirement to drop it because you want to save the space, you want to remove the indexing and other thing. It becomes very critical to drop that database column because it is a production system and you don't want any downtime. Let's say there's a service A and this is connected to a database. So a service A can be any service, let's say a user management system or a payment management system, anything. So the service A is connected to this database and it is using one of the database table to basically fetch the information about the users or basically to create the users. Now in production system, always multiple instances of the same service is deployed. So there will be a service A:2, service A:3. The code base is exactly same, the functionality is exactly same, but we are deploying multiple instances for the scalability purpose and for a better system design. This is a production deployment and then let's say there are two APIs, that is registered user and login user. In register user, let's say there's a requirement that you want to drop the address column and basically you are moving the address data to a different table to better normalize it, and that's why from the existing table you want to drop that column. I've already written a blog post here, drop database column in production. You can go through it and everything is explained in detail. So let's say there is a insert user method which is accepting the user object, and basically what it does some validations based on like the address is mandatory and you need to insert it, and finally you are inserting the user, like you're creating the user. So the query will be insert into users first name, email and address, where values equal to user.get first name, user.get email and user.address. Now let's say this is the current construct, and in the production system you want to remove the database column address. So the first approach will be what? If you see, the first approach is what? Drop the address column from the database directly. So what we are saying that from the database without doing any changes, just drop the column. So there will be adverse effect of this. Why? Because my this command, that is insert into users first name, email and address, is still there in the application that is running on production, but I have already dropped the column in the database. So this will start to fail. So this particular line will start to fail and my all applications, like all these instances, service A:1, A:2 and A:3 will start returning error and there will be a downtime because I have directly dropped the column from the database. So I'll again explain, since this code is still deployed on production and what we are saying as approach 1, that will drop the address column from the database directly, like without doing any code changes, we'll just remove it from database. So still whenever a request will come to create the user on service A, it will try to run this command, that is insert into users first name, email and address, but the address column has been dropped. So it will start to throw error and basically my whole system will go down and there will be a severe impact on my SLAs, or you can say basically there will be a full downtime and everyone who is doing the registration will fail, they will get an error. So this is not the correct process. So if you are following this approach 1, that is drop the address column from database directly, so that is not a correct way to do. What is the correct way? That is approach 2. We need to remove the dependent code, then drop the column. So if we see approach 2, that is remove the dependent code and then drop the column, which means what we are saying, first remove the code from here, like from the services, then deploy it and finally drop the column. So what is going to happen now? If you see here, that we will first remove this code, like insert into users first name and email, address will be removed, and here also user.address will be removed. Since we don't need this column, so we don't need to store it. Okay. So finally my command will become what? Insert into users first name and email only. So now if I deploy the application with my code changes first, so my database will not fail even if I drop the column. So the correct approach is what? Remove the dependent code first, deploy the service on the production and then drop the column from the database. So this is one of the important thing that you need to keep in mind while dropping a column from the database in production. The first thing is what? First remove all the dependent code, whatever is there, and then basically drop the column. So this is like how to drop the column in production. Hope you understand the underlying concept what I'm trying to teach you, that first remove the code base, then drop the column. So in that case you will be safe and there will be no downtime. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you like it. Please subscribe to my channel and please share these videos with other people. Thank you.